Hello everyone, I'm Sean.
This is Hoon?
And we are the Courageour Frights back once again from their movie review.
Yes.
So this time we're covering Guillermo Del Toro's Frankenstein.
Yes.
So this is, of course, the adaptation of Mary Shelley's novel from 1818. It's been adapted probably 100 times. So
Yeah. It's been around.
it's been around. Probably not quite as many times as Dracula, but it's pretty close.
It's getting up there now.
Yeah.
I think I might even have one here at one point.
You have some version of it over there.
Yeah, the steel book. I think it's the Boris Karloff one or something.
Something.
Yeah, Boris Karloff.
There it is. So, yeah, I have quite a few versions of Frankenstein. And recently I just watched that one, if that's the one we're thinking of.
Yeah, it's the Boris Karloff one.
And,
it's like Universal.
Yeah, I recently watched that one and Curse of Frankenstein, which is the Hammer one with Peter Cushing, to prepare myself for this. And I also read the book recently, so I'm pretty prepared for this adaptation. I'm also a huge Guillermo Del Toro fan. I've seen every one of his movies. The only thing I've never seen of his is his like really early stuff in Mexico. Like I think he directed a couple TV episodes and some shorts or something.
Mm-hmm.
But everything from Kronos on I've seen. So this is kind of in his style as usual. I like to describe his style as kind of like an epic fairy tale on film.
Mm-hmm.
So the most obvious example of that would be something like Pan's Labyrinth or something. But this one is kind of following that vein. It also goes into his gothic stuff that you've seen from like Crimson Peak or something. There's a lot of that going on in it. It kind of takes bits and pieces. A lot of it's from the book. It's not all that close to the book, though, but it does take ideas and then twist them into a version that Del Toro wanted to tell. And he takes little bits and pieces from like the Universal adaptations, the Hammer adaptations, because he's a fan of all of it, just like I am.
Mm-hmm.
So this stars Oscar Isaac as Victor von Frankenstein. He's really good in the role.
Yeah.
As Frankenstein.
The acting is pretty top notch in this movie.
Yeah, I wouldn't say anybody's really suffering in the acting department.
Mm-hmm.
So that's your lead, and then Jacob Elordi is the creature, and Mia Goth is in this as two different people.
Yeah, it's like the mother.
Yeah, she's the mother and Elizabeth, who in the book is Victor's cousin / adopted sister / future wife. They kind of got rid of that angle.
Yeah.
In this, she's not related at all. But in the book, he grew up with her, and in this one, they just meet.
Yeah, she's like a daughter of like a banker or something. I don't know that one guy's name, or like a arms dealer or something.
Yeah, she's the niece of an arms dealer.
Yeah,
who's supposed to marry William, which is Victor's brother.
Yeah.
Who doesn't even make it to adulthood in the book. So a lot of stuff has been changed.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, certain key elements of the book that weren't in the James Whale 1931 version or Curse of Frankenstein or any of the other ones. I've never seen Kenneth Branagh's one, which was made in the 90s, so I hear that's supposed to be pretty accurate.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of in the same vein as Francis Ford Coppola's Dracula, like that era of early 90s adaptations of old horror stories. So I think that one's supposed to be the closest, but this one does take a lot of elements from the novel. It starts with basically the frame narrative kind of storytelling device is taken right out of the book. So like the idea that it starts in the Arctic with them hauling Frankenstein on board, and then he like regales his history to this guy, and then later you get it from the monster's point of view, and like
I do like that. I don't know. Yeah.
That's from the book. So that actually the book is written that way.
Cause I got like part 1 and part 2. It's like it even says that.
Yeah, it's like part 1's like Frankenstein's view, part 2's like the monster's point of view or whatever, and that's kind of taken from the book in a way. I think the monster later finds Frankenstein and tells him his story or something. It's just similar to the ending of this movie, where the monster tells his story. It's just earlier in the book.
Yeah.
So, like, he moved stuff around. He changed some of the relationships. Elizabeth is much more connected to the monster in this than she was in the book.
Because she's like, oh, you're innocent. Because she always talks about he's like the innocent creature or whatever.
Yeah. There's almost like an implied romance between Elizabeth and the monster.
Yeah.
In this, which that's keeping with Del Toro. He did famously do that in Shape of Water.
Yeah.
The creature from the Black Lagoon. So, he kind of keeps that in play. Like I said, all of the acting is solid in this.
Yeah.
Maybe a bit slow in some areas for some people, but other than that, I would say it's pretty extremely well done.
Yeah, I like that because I prefer a little bit slower than the nowadays stuff where it's like jump cuts or whatever. It's like abrupt cuts all the time.
Yeah, that's not really Del Toro's style.
Yeah.
He's much more like this. So like if you like this, you'd probably like some of his other stuff he's done. He's always more about like the lingering shots, like that's establishing the emotion and that sort of thing. He's much more a feeling director more than anything else. And he's inspired heavily by Japanese cinema and like European films and all these different areas that he's inspired by, which is different than a lot of contemporary American filmmakers or what have you. I always kind of liken Del Toro's style to he's more of a grounded, a little bit more darker, bit more realistic and political, socially driven version of Tim Burton.
Yeah.
his themes are almost the same as Tim Burton's themes. It's just they tend to go in more like cerebral areas. Not that Tim Burton's dumb, but it's like his stuff is more. It's more like gateway or more like kind of mainstream type of thing. But the themes are almost the same. The idea that the outsider is like the focal point.
Yeah.
And that your sympathies are for the monster or somebody that's on the outside, that sort of thing. The weird kind of freak or whatever is who the focus is on.
Yeah.
And their influences are basically the same, too. Like, they're both influenced by, like I said, a lot of Japanese movies, a lot of Italian horror, a lot of like, different stuff like that. British Hammer, Universal Monsters, silent film era, expressionist stuff. Like, all that's... They have the same background, pretty much.
Yeah.
So, it's just... Del Toro tends to have a bit more bite in his films, I think.
Yeah, because there was a thing I was reading somewhere on the Wikipedia page about that. He was talking about how he uses monsters as like they're kind of like the imperfect being or something like that. Because he was grown Catholic, so he's a lot of Catholic
from Mexico.
Yeah, a lot of especially Catholic. Apparently, Mexican Catholic is a little bit different. It's like some weird. I was trying to find it again, but I can't really find it here. Okay, here we go. A lot of Mexican Catholic dogma. The way it's taught is about existing in a state of grace, which I found impossible to reconcile with a much darker view of the world and myself. I couldn't make a sense of impulse like rage or envy, and when I was older, more complex ones, I felt there was a deep cleansing allowing for imperfection to the figure of a monster. So, about imperfections and stuff like that, which Frankenstein has a lot of that, because that's a main theme of that movie.
Yeah, one thing about this film is that I know it's something that Del Toro's wanted to do for years.
Yeah. That seemed like that was like one of his probably his most favorite like monster is Frankenstein. So.
Yeah, he's told stories about it was almost like a religious experience for him to watch Boris Karloff on the screen like as a kid or whatever.
Yeah.
So it helped him come to terms with his like Catholicism or whatever. So he has like this, and he's always said that the novel is one of his favorite stories of all time. So you can feel like that heart and that passion for the subject material and stuff in this film. Even though he's changed stuff. He changed like the way certain characters are, like Elizabeth has changed. His mother, Victor's mother dying in childbirth doesn't happen in the book. She dies of scarlet fever like when they're teenagers or something. So it's not like they changed a lot of that stuff. the monster is much more sympathetic in this.
Yeah.
Not that he's not sympathetic in the original book. It's just that he does more horrible things in the book than he does here.
Yeah, here is kind of like surviving.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much
Where
it.
he has like basically a creature that gets born from a creator that kind of throws him away because he thinks he's like stupid.
Yeah.
He becomes like Frankenstein becomes his dad, which you'll see it in the movie. That's part of it where his dad is kind of abusive.
Yeah.
Where he kind of is like, it's very cold because he's like the father figure is
Right.
kind of cold to his son.
Which, that's almost more conventional storytelling than the book, because the book, the dad's not that way at all.
Oh, they changed that?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's actually, Victor actually came from a loving family.
Oh, yeah, this one, he makes a point to say it. He's like, when he was a kid, like, his dad would, like, if there's a scene where he gets, like, kind of smacked in the face if he doesn't, like, answer his questions right.
Right.
Basically, like a little stick or something, just smacks him in the face. It's like,
Yeah.
you'll remember this because I gave you the name Frankenstein or whatever.
I think he, the worst he does is maybe kind of tell him that, because he's really, in the book, he's really into, like, all these old alchemists and like, weird occult ideas from like medieval times, and his dad's like, that's a bunch of nonsense. And that's as bad as it gets.
Yeah.
Like, you go to university, nobody's gonna take you seriously if you're reading those stuff. And that's basically that's pretty much the worst his dad gets.
Yeah, and this one he's like it's obviously he's like a pretty well known like physician or something.
Mm-hmm.
So he like just comes to the house every so often. He kind of like just does his own thing. He doesn't really interact with his family that much.
Yeah.
And then he was like, then the mother died because that was like his like love, like his comfort at home.
Yeah.
But his mother dying kind of made it to where he's kind of like jaded at this point.
Right. And I don't think they do have it in the movie, I guess, but I think that's supposed to be the catalyst for why Frankenstein becomes obsessed with death.
That's what he was saying. He's like, the one thing that you can't control because God gives you life is God takes death, but we can change that. We don't want to have death.
But the catalyst for him being obsessed with that was his mother's.
Yeah, because like because he did tell his dad, he's like, basically you let mom die.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I tried everything I possibly could.
Right.
It's like, no, I'm gonna solve this issue of death. And then he becomes obsessed with it.
And then he creates a guy that can never die.
Yeah, never die. And
my one complaint with this movie is that Frankenstein's a bit OP.
Yeah, he's kind of like a superhero.
Yeah. He's like, he can't be killed. He can basically pick up a whole ship.
Yeah, and his body just regenerates itself.
It's like, that's kind of crazy. It's because of the lymphatic system.
Yeah, it's like the powerhouse of the
body. Is the
rudimentary system or whatever that thing is, like the systems of the body or whatever.
Yeah. It's his mitochondria, the powerhouse of the cell. So, yeah, that would be my one major... It's not even major.
Yeah.
It's like a minor complaint. Continuity-wise, it's like, how fucking strong is this?
Yeah, because he's like... He just, like, gets stronger, because there's a scene where he's, like, tied up in the chains and stuff like that.
Yeah, he's not that tough at the beginning.
Yeah, then he just grows stronger somehow.
Yeah. He's bench pressing, like, ships or something.
It's the old man's blindness. The blind old man gave him strength, I guess.
That wolf bit him, and then he gained, like, werewolf's powers.
Yeah. Because he gets shot, and he dies, and he gets shot, and dies.
Yeah, he, like, dies at one point, and then comes back to life, which is almost like John Carter or something.
Yeah,
like,
it's kind of
there's,
crazy.
Like, elements from other stuff infused in here. And some of the stuff that happens, I don't want to give any spoilers here, but, like, a character's attacked by him, and then we're not attacked by Frankenstein, but, like, Victor perceives the creature as a threat.
Yeah.
And he shoots, and then a character gets shot instead of the creature. And that's like coming out of Curse of Frankenstein, the Hammer film. So that's not a thing that happens in a book at all, but that's like a scene from the Hammer movie. And some of these shots seemed very much like a Hammer production. It was almost like a huge budget Hammer film.
Yeah.
Even though the budget for this actually isn't outrageous. It's $120 million, I think.
Oh yeah, 120 million.
Which it looked great.
Yeah, that's like...
I mean, some of the CGI, like the wolves and the sheep and stuff, were a little wonky. Yeah. But it's like, that's fine.
Yeah, that's probably the worst was the wolves.
It's
but,
like the alternative would be like hurting an actual wolf,
but it's like it's all right because they're not. The wolf is kind of secondary to what's going on.
Yeah, it's not a major plot point.
Yeah.
So like that was a little odd. That was really it, I think, for the effects
because everything else was actual. At least everything else looked like it was actual real things.
Yeah, like obviously the creature is
prosthetic or something.
And,
yeah,
like that's obviously practical.
And maybe the ship was a little bit, but
the ship was probably CGI.
Yeah.
I think some of the body, like when that thing came to life when he's being interrogated.
Yeah,
that guy that's like Torso Man.
Oh yeah,
that was probably all CGI. Although it might have been blended practical.
It's probably robot, like animatronic with
CGI
overlay.
Yeah,
or
that's
something.
probably what it was. That actually, I just watched Return of the Living Dead in theaters this past weekend, and there's a scene in that movie where there's just like a torso zombie.
Oh yeah,
and that reminded me of that.
Yeah,
like the spinal cord.
Which it probably got that from there.
It could be from that actually, but with Frankenstein and zombies, obviously are kind of interchangeable.
Yeah,
and Frankenstein in a way is kind of the original zombie story. So
yeah, with a little bit more depth.
And then Reanimator is kind of like H.P. Lovecraft's spin on Frankenstein, so like it keeps coming back.
Yeah, the zombie will never die.
No. Much like the drive-in, it will never die. This one, it's... so Oscar Isaac's depiction of Frankenstein in this is... He's not pure evil. He's not like... Peter Cushing, I think, is the only one that's actually portrayed Frankenstein as like an actual maniac who just murders people. This one, he's callous.
Yeah.
He's not real caring, but... I wouldn't necessarily say he's pure evil.
Yeah, he's definitely obsessive.
Right. Because he gets into an argument with a guy and the guy ends up falling to his death, but Victor didn't kill him.
Yeah, he tried to save him actually.
Yeah. Whereas like in Curse of Frankenstein, he's literally like, oh, look at this painting over here.
Yeah.
Take a step back and it's like, look out, Professor, and just shoves him over the edge and kills him.
Oh gosh.
And then uses his brain for like the experiment and stuff. So it's like he obviously is like an actual murderer.
This one he kind of like he needs dead bodies, but he's not like killing people to get dead bodies.
Right. He's pretty callous about it though, because he's actually visiting people before they're hung to look for specimens.
He's like, need to be top notch people, not just like monster people. Like, oh, this guy looks good.
I like the one guy breathes in his face, and he's just like, you should be thankful you're being hung dead within the year.
Yeah.
So he's not real caring, which is where Elizabeth comes in.
Yeah, she's kind of more like the humanity of that.
Yeah, she's always that. She's the humanity in the story as well.
Yeah.
But the Elizabeth this time, she's given a bit more agency.
Yeah.
And she's also fascinated by science, whereas the Elizabeth in the book is not really into science. Yeah. She's into art and...
This one, she's like, I like to see like small like insects because it's like a very pure form of life or something.
Yeah, she's like obsessed with insects and like dead things.
Yeah.
She goes into a lab and sees a bunch of bodies all over the place.
Yeah, it's like,
it's beautiful.
Look at that symmetry, whatever.
Yeah, she's Mia Goth, so it's a little off.
Yeah.
I like how there's like a set up love triangle between her, Victor, and William.
Yeah.
But then the monster is there. It's this dead cadaver man.
Yeah.
Cut up and made of multiple pieces, and she's like, "Who's he?"
Yeah, who's he? That's hot.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, Elizabeth. But anyway, that's the Mia Goth romance.
Yeah.
I like how she played two people in this. It was very X.
Yeah.
Or it was like you're the older lady, and then she was also, which I think all they did was give her a prosthetic.
Yeah, because that's like I saw it like she looked like Mia Goth, and I was like, is that Mia Goth?
They changed her nose, I think.
Yeah.
But and then she was just normal Mia Goth as Elizabeth.
Yeah.
And she changes her outfit every scene.
Which that's one thing is like if you're making a movie like this and you need to like cut down on budget, just use the same actor in the same role. If you need someone that's like if you don't need to like have someone there for like hours, maybe a couple minutes, just use the same actress or actor and just put a prosthetic nose on or something. I don't know.
As long as it's not like Chris Hemsworth in that Mad Max prequel, like glows in that one scene.
They were not paying as many people to do it.
Yeah. Well, they had to pay for all her dresses. So.
Oh yeah.
She has like 25 outfits.
Yeah, there's a lot. She's pretty much changing. I think she has a different dress. Yeah, I think she does have a different.
She has
dress
a different dress in every single scene.
Yeah.
That she's in.
She's supposed to be a high aristocrat or whatever.
She's got a Dilophosaurus frill on at least half of them.
Yeah.
Which I think that reminded me of Francis Ford Coppola's Dracula, the 92 one with the outlandish gothic. It was gothic style, but then it was like almost cartoonish.
Yeah.
In the way some of the outfits were. They had this real eccentric Japanese costume designer in that film, and it showed. And this kind of reminded me of that at times, because some of the outfits were pretty ridiculous.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it was the right part. And then there's Oscar Isaac, where he spends like a whole scene running around naked.
Yeah. When he remembers about symmetry or whatever, it's like, this is where it needs to be. And it literally is like, he's like butt naked.
Yeah, because he was in the bathroom and fell and hit his head on the sink, and then he realized the flux capacitor.
Yeah. And then he ran over there and like, oh, I need this, and then he's while he's standing there naked, he reanimates a monster.
Yeah.
Like, great.
And for a while, it seemed like Elizabeth was going to fall for him.
Yeah.
But then he blew it by being a weirdo.
Yeah, he became cold again.
Yes.
Which is kind of like the thing. That's like the theme where he's just like, he's kind of like I say, being obsessive, and it's kind of like he's like the stereotypical scientist, the cold, hard fact scientist man.
Right. But like I said, he doesn't go into pure evil territory.
He's not like, I'm going to use this to take over the world or something.
Yeah,
he doesn't do that.
The only version I've seen that does that is Peter Cushing's version.
He's kind of like grounded. He's very grounded.
Yeah.
He's like if someone were to like make something and then not think of the consequences, which is always I think that's the problem. That's like part of like with Frankenstein. I think that is the way Frankenstein is with Frankenstein's monster.
That's kind of how the 30s version is too.
Yeah.
Like he's not evil, but he does do some questionable
things. Does questionable things to have an end to something, and then it kind of goes out of control and he doesn't know what to do. Right. And then he kind of tries to like wash it away, but he can't.
Yeah, that's pretty much it for the characters. There's really only 3 main characters.
Yeah, there's not too many.
Him, Elizabeth, and the creature.
Yeah, even the Wikipedia article has 4 starring actors, and I think that might have been it.
Yeah,
other
because
than like the
captain. The Danish captain, which is Lars Mikkelsen.
Yeah.
What's his face? Thrawn.
Thrawn, yes, there he is.
Thrawn is the captain, and
I guess that is Thrawn.
William, but William's like a non-character. He's just there.
Yeah, he's there to like...
And the uncle that basically just funds the project.
Yeah, he...
Just Christoph Waltz.
Yeah, like I said, he's in there at one point, so...
But yeah, so it's even though the movie's... It's like 2 hours and 45 minutes or something, but it focuses... It hyper-fixates just on a few characters.
Yeah, it's just like the few characters.
David Bradley as the old man.
Yeah.
Is also a main character, but that's just in one segment.
Like I said, I think we did talk about where they split it in between, so it's like half of it is Frankenstein's point of view and the other one's the monster's point of view.
Right. Yeah. Which, that's similar to the way the book is presented. Mm-hmm. It's just, like I said, Del Toro changes some of the ideas around, changes a bit of the character stories. He pushes it up 100 years for some reason.
Yeah.
But... That's the way everybody's depicted it. I was surprised. I think the thing that surprised me the most was that this is actually set in the 1700s in the book, but every single version is either 1800s or now.
Yeah.
So, I don't know why they've never depicted it in the right period, but I guess Del Toro is obsessed with Victorian England.
Yeah, they said he actually does like that's one era that he really likes is Victorian England.
Yeah, so they pushed it up to like early Victorian age. I guess it would have been Regency in the very beginning when Frankenstein's a kid or something.
Yeah.
That's about it. Then they get back to the Victorian age. The only other thing I would say is it was a little bit continuity-wise confusing as to where the hell they were located from place to place.
Yeah.
Because it's like he's in school in Edinburgh in Scotland for some reason, even though he's in Ingolstadt in Germany in the book. I don't know why the hell he's in Scotland. But anyway, he ends up in Scotland for his studies, and then he gets picked up by that Christoph Waltz guy, and then he, I guess, ended up in Switzerland or Austria or something for his castle where he's doing his experiments.
Yeah, because
I thought that was still in Scotland.
Yeah, because he kind of showed up, and it was just like,
yeah,
I got this thing.
Because it definitely wasn't, because the creature runs away, and he ends up in a forest with this little cottage somewhere, and they're talking about if it's a bear attack or something.
Yeah, they're like, it's not a bear.
Obviously not, and the wolves are attacking the place.
Yeah.
So like that has to be in southern Germany or like Switzerland or Austria or something.
Yeah.
The use of language is weird in this film too, because that's just the thing they do all the time now. But it's like some scenes are in another language.
Yeah, like the very beginning scenes are.
That's all in Danish.
Yeah.
And then some of the scenes with his mom are in French.
Yeah.
But then other scenes, they're all speaking English.
Yeah.
And it's like, why is that family in the woods speaking English?
Yeah, they're speaking English. It's like...
in like southern Germany or wherever they're at.
Yeah, I don't even know, because it was like really strange. It was like English there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't make any sense at all.
Because it's like, if you're going to have part of it subtitled, you might as well just do the whole thing subtitled. So, yeah.
They didn't want to go full amount.
Yeah, I think that's why I thought they were still in Scotland.
Like Nosferatu did.
Yeah, because everybody was speaking English. And it was like... Well, Nosferatu was weird, too, because they had period English, but it's in Germany.
Yeah.
So, like, nobody should have been speaking English. So, yeah, that's just a nitpick.
Yeah.
Oh, most movies do that, where they'll start speaking a language and then they shift to English just for the ease of the audience, I guess. They don't have to read subtitles for 3 hours.
Yeah.
But it does make it difficult sometimes to figure out where the hell the events are, because you were just in Scotland and now you're in the Alps or something.
Yeah.
And everyone's still speaking English, so...
Yeah. Actually, this one kind of keeps going further and further.
Yeah. But the story is this weird globe-trekking adventure in the book, too, though, because he does end up chasing him through the Arctic.
That's what I guess at the end, yeah, you kind of do that with this one. Kind of, if it shows up to where they're at the beginning of the movie or whatever.
But they're Danes for some reason in this. In the book, they're Russian.
Yeah, he's like, they're basically like, oh, it keeps going. He's like, you just chased me to the end of the earth. There's like no more land or sea.
Yeah,
you're just here now.
With the Danes.
That means he's been like running after him this whole time. Like,
yeah,
Frankenstein's literally just been running around after him.
Yeah, that's what happens in the book too. He just chases him forever.
Just forever.
And they allude to the bride of Frankenstein, but they don't actually make it in this.
Yeah.
In the book, he gets further. He gets almost finished with her and then decides to destroy it.
He decides to think it's a bad idea.
Yeah, when it's almost finished.
Yeah, and then he's like...
There's certain stuff that's kind of ridiculous in the book that I don't think translates well because it's kind of half-baked.
Yeah.
It's almost like Mary Shelley wrote this on a dare or like a weekend.
Yeah.
But there's certain stuff I find pretty funny in the book, like how he creates Frankenstein. Frankenstein creates the monster, but then is like appalled by him when he comes to life. It's like, wasn't that what you were trying to do?
Yeah.
Like, how did you not know he looked like that before?
Yeah, I know. It's like
it's like you made him look like that.
He saw all these dead bodies all the time. It's like, why would you be afraid of a dead body?
Yeah, this like, one he's not.
A reanimated dead body. He's like, you were literally just killing things and taking body parts.
Yeah, and they skip over how he's created. Like, this movie spends like 45 minutes to an hour creating the creature, whereas the book's just like, oh, he's done.
Yeah, because it shows him like basically putting the parts together. That's actually pretty decent. Like, it had a pretty decent look to it, even though it's kind of like cutting off body parts and putting them together, and it's like...
I liked how it had this like whimsical music playing.
Yeah.
Just chopping up body parts and attaching them.
They should have made it into an 80s like training montage.
That's almost what it was. Except for it was like this peaceful music.
Yeah, of him like taking bones and then putting in this
just bone saw through.
Yeah, putting in like another body part. It was like great.
But they completely skip over all of that in the book. It's just like, he's done, and then Frankenstein's like, oh my god, that's scary.
It's like, that looks horrible.
And then he runs out of the house and then comes back like a day later and it's gone. And he's not like, oh my god, where'd it go? He's like, oh, thank god that thing.
Dodged a bullet there.
Yeah. Somebody else's problem now. So, and then comes back like a couple years later and it turns out it's his problem.
Yeah. Which is kind of like I think it is a theme in these type of movies anyways, because I think that one of the themes is like the creator / like created
Yeah.
Almost like a father figure, I guess.
The monster's much more like the book in this than he is in
Yeah.
other versions, because like the monster is able to speak and is intelligent,
Yeah.
and that's like the Boris Karloff one can't talk. He just goes. Rah!
Yeah, that's like the stereotypical one.
Yeah, and the same with like Christopher Lee's portrayal.
Yeah, so this is more like he gave birth to like a newborn that didn't know how to speak.
Yeah, and he had no patience with it.
Yeah, he didn't know how to. Yeah, he had no patience with it at all.
I like when he's like talks to Elizabeth, and then she says, "You have no heart."
Yeah.
And then his response is to go down in the basement and beat the living shit out of him.
Yeah, I know.
He'll talk. I'll show you heart.
I'll show you heart.
So whipping the hell out of him. So it's like, yeah, she might have had a point there.
Yeah. This is like great. Because he's never really done anything. He's been only, like, he even specifically says it. Like, I only deal with dead bodies.
Mm-hmm.
I don't actually deal with other people.
Right.
He's only one time when he saw Mia Goth.
Yeah.
He kind of thawed his icy heart. His heart grew 3 times larger.
Yeah, she has that effect on us.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Yep.
Anyway, yeah, I would say this is a fantastic film.
Yeah, it's really good.
If you like Del Toro's stuff in general, check it out. If you like the Frankenstein story, also check it out. Because it, like I said, he makes changes. All the adaptations I've seen have made changes, but this does keep the core of the book and actually put a lot more scenes from the book than the other versions I've seen. Like I said, I haven't seen Kenneth Branagh's one from the 90s, which I'm told is the closest, but...
Mm-hmm.
And just because one's closer to the book doesn't mean it's necessarily a better film. It's just...
You gotta take like a little bit of liberties here and there with these things.
And like I said, the original novel is groundbreaking, but it's not perfect. I mean, there's definitely some missing elements here and there. So, highly recommend checking this out. You got anything else to add?
I just hope Netflix actually puts more movies out on the theater for once.
Yeah. We probably should talk about that.
Yeah, because this is a Netflix movie.
So, yeah, Netflix apparently was just going to dump this on their streaming service.
Yeah, it's like...
After watching that film where it's just this beautifully shot cinematic masterpiece.
A movie that should be on the theater.
Yeah, like it's a movie that you should see on the big screen.
Yeah.
Because there's so many like these elaborate shot like set pieces and outdoor shots and all this other stuff that's like supposed to be these stunning views and all this other kind of stuff, and you're gonna put this on a streaming service? Somebody's gonna sit there and watch it on their freaking cell phone.
Yeah, cell phone, or I don't know, the people that have their TVs in their toilet, or they like sitting on the crapper, watching their movie. It's like, oh yeah, let me watch Frankenstein for 2 hours and 45 minutes while sitting on the toilet.
Like if you're a fan of any of the stuff we've just talked about, and it's playing near you.
Yeah, I would
watch it on your phone.
Yeah, I would highly recommend watching in the theater.
I mean, if you're one of these people that has a 100-inch TV in your house, okay, maybe you could do them, but I would definitely recommend...
Like most normal, because I only have like a 45-inch TV here.
Yeah.
That still doesn't do it justice.
No, I would say this is made for the theater.
Yeah, and that's why it's like with Netflix and stuff, it's probably safe to say that Netflix and those type of like streaming services kind of brought the downfall of theaters.
Oh yeah, for
they
sure.
Probably should bring that back by putting their movies in actual theaters now.
Well, this has a shot at Academy Award material. I mean, Shape of Water swept the Academy.
Yeah.
So, and this is similar in the style.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to win anything or not, but at least it's in the contention because they put it in a bunch of theaters.
And being Netflix, they were always barred from Oscars and stuff because they never showed it in theaters. But that's why they bought like the Chinese theater or something in Los Angeles, or
so they could show it in like
they could show it in one place.
Because I think they did that with like whatever that Power of the Dog or something like that was, that Benedict Cumberbatch Western or something.
Yeah, because they wanted to show it somewhere so they can get like Oscar nominations. It's like
right. Well, this originally we talked about this movie like weeks or months ago, and it was supposed to be playing at like New York and Los Angeles or something, and they claimed it was a nationwide release because it was in both coasts. But then recently I saw that it was getting a much wider release because I think Del Toro pulled some strings.
I think almost like I think it's just like the directors are trying to like get their movies out in the theater.
Yeah, because most of the directors aren't for the streaming format. Most of them want their films in theaters.
Because a lot of these are made for theaters, not for a streaming thing.
Yeah. We're not going to put all this elaborate effort into something that just gets dumped on a stream.
Especially a $120 million budget. That's a lot.
It's actually not, really not a lot for Netflix. Yeah. I mean, what did the Electric State have as a budget?
And I don't think that was that even in theaters? I don't think it was.
No, it wasn't. Unless it was in like the one Netflix theater.
That's what I say. Hopefully they start doing that because there's a lot of good stuff on Netflix. If you don't have a Netflix account, and actually that might be one reason why they even consider putting it in theaters, because there's a lot of people that cancel their Netflix accounts because of how expensive it is.
Right.
Maybe that's one reason why they did it, because they were like, we need money back.
Well, they're trying to do all this physical crap now, because they're doing this, they're opening up these Netflix stores all over the place.
Yeah.
Which is for merch or whatever. Yeah. But, like, if you want your Stranger Things or Wednesday merch.
Or your Knives Out merch.
Knives Out merch. Get a glass onion.
Yeah, a glass onion. Yes.
There's a trailer for the third one of those.
That one's coming out in theaters, so at least I think it says select theaters.
They all said select theaters, and they did the impossible. There's a film coming out, I don't know what it's called because I didn't care enough, but they made a movie where Adam Sandler doesn't act like a jackass the entire film.
You don't have John Daly in it, or whatever the golfer's name is.
Yeah, well, this has George Clooney in it. So
yeah. Which actually...
He had to act normal for that one.
Yeah, that actually looked like a drama or something. It was like not even a comedy.
Yeah, it was Adam Sandler like not acting like an asshole for the entirety of the trailer, so that's cool.
He actually progressed a little bit.
It's the first time since Uncut Gems that he progressed. Normally, he says, I've not progressed.
I was like, you would think they would have learned their lesson from Prey.
And the other question, well, speaking of Prey, which I guess Prey's coming out in theaters in some places because they're double billing it with the new Predator movie.
Oh, there you go.
But the thing I was going to say is, do you think this will get a Blu-ray 4K release?
Actually, I'm actually more hopeful. I am more hopeful now because it's in theaters.
Right, because everything that's in theaters gets a 4K except for Barbarian.
Yeah, Barbarian doesn't get 4K.
Because screw Zach Crager, I guess.
Yeah. He's just making Resident Evil.
Yeah. And Weapons came out on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Weapons came out before Barbarian did. It came out like 3 years after. So...
Maybe we're past this point of the COVID era.
Netflix is so bizarre with their physical releases, though, because, like, Stranger Things... We talk about this all the time. Yeah. But Stranger Things had 2 phenomenal releases.
I think I have one of them somewhere. Yeah.
Some of the coolest collector's stuff where it's...
Here's the first...
it's built like a VHS box. It has like a bunch of bonus stuff. And
it looks like a VHS.
Like, that was cool. Yeah, like, that was really cool. And then it opens up and there's like a Blu-ray.
Yeah, it gets like posters and like... Yeah. Yeah, like a poster of a dummy organ.
Cool stuff if you're a fan of Stranger Things. But they did 1 and 2.
Yeah, 1 and 2.
And then they didn't do 3 and 4. And 3 is my personal favorite season, and they've never released it.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe they'll do it after it's all done, but I wouldn't hold out hope on that. And my big question also is, like, Wednesday got Season 1 released, but was Season 2 ever coming in? Because Season 1 apparently came out this year. On DVD or Blu-ray or whatever, and that came out like 3 years ago on Netflix, so they're a little slow when it comes to their physical releases.
I guess it probably depends on, like...
And none of Mike Flanagan's stuff has ever come out.
Yeah, which is kind of strange, because Mike Flanagan's very big into, like, physical media.
Yeah, he's been trying to get it released, but Netflix won't do it.
That's really strange.
So then he jumped ship and went to Amazon, which is another studio that doesn't put anything up.
It's just they show commercials about how they ruin theaters.
Yeah, pretty much.
At least in our theater, they show commercials for Amazon movies all the time, and it's like
Amazon sometimes puts stuff out.
Yeah,
physical but it's like Netflix. It's the same shit. Like it's random.
I'm hoping maybe it's getting past this point where it's like, okay, the COVID era, stupid streaming service. 45-day thing, but this is supposed to be like a week, and it's coming out in theaters.
Yeah, it comes out in 2 weeks.
Yeah, in 2 weeks it's already out in like in streaming service, so it's Netflix. But I guess the one thing is nowadays, if you can afford Netflix at $40 a month or whatever, you can buy the ad version of it at like $10 a month.
Yeah,
it's like we watched this at like how much was a ticket?
It was like 8 something.
$8, so it's actually cheaper.
Yeah.
If it's the only movie you're gonna be watching, at least you don't have ads.
Most of the time, like I've had Netflix forever.
Yeah.
But I get grandfathered in because I'm subscribed in a different country.
Yeah.
I'm paying Polish zloty for.
It's probably like $2.
It's like $8 a month or something.
Yeah, it's like not even expensive.
So in that case, I'm fine.
I had to switch down from. I had like the mid tier one, but the price kept going up, and I'm like, I'm not paying $20 a month here.
Yeah, that's pretty ridiculous, and I don't use it nearly enough.
Yeah, I don't use it very often.
The last I used it was to watch Wednesday season 2 or something. I probably won't look at anything on Netflix in months.
Yeah, I think the last thing I watched was Dan to Dan season 1. That was like 2 years ago. That was like a year ago or something, because they had already the second season of Dan to Dan come out, which I probably should see. But
I'll watch Stranger Things.
I'll watch Stranger Things when it comes out.
Finish it out, but yeah, and so many of their shows just crash and burn.
Yeah, a lot of them. They like to do the anime seasons where it's like 10 episodes.
Yeah.
But then I guess they don't get the viewpoint. They just automatically just cancel it.
Like, it's very Del Toro's like Netflix marriage that's going on right now is very bizarre.
Yeah.
Because it's like, it doesn't seem like something he would be focused on, but I mean, I guess they let him do his Frankenstein movies.
Yeah. And
the real question is, will he do Mountain of Madness next? Because he's been wanting to do that for years, and the studios wouldn't let him.
Then he did that Cabinet of Curiosities too. That was a TV show, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a horror anthology. And then he also did, I think Pinocchio was a Netflix.
Yeah, I remember seeing Pinocchio on here somewhere.
Which that was pretty good. That was a stop motion film. He also just got a stop motion studio set up in France, which I think is also run through Netflix or something. Like Netflix is part of the production deal or something.
Oh, there you go.
So maybe he's gonna make some more stop motion stuff. I think he did say his next project's like a crime film, but I wonder if it's like another noir detective type thing, because he did do that one. He did Nightmare Alley, which was a noir film. So
like an old school noir.
Yeah, it was like a 1940s detective thing. That was like dealing with like a freak show or something. It was like
that's kind of crazy.
It was interesting. It was a remake of a movie from the 40s. So that was pretty good. I wonder if he's going to do something like that again. And then he said he's going to do some stop motion project.
Yeah.
But what that is could be anything.
Yeah.
Because he was also noted as saying recently that animation is a medium, not a genre. So he must have had to tell people that.
A medium,
complaining that he's like, why don't you do a real movie? It's like, or complaining about a certain thing, and it's like, you can do anything with animation.
Yeah.
You can do anything with live action. It's just a medium. You can tell any story you want in any format.
Yeah, it's there. I mean, as long as you have the means to do it.
Yeah, so I wonder what he's going to do with that, because I didn't realize Pinocchio was actually stop motion until recently.
Oh.
I thought it was like CGI or something, but I guess it was a little stop motion.
Stop motion, yeah.
Some guy was complaining because recently Del Toro talked out against generative AI.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, guys will say that, but then he's going to 3D print stuff for his stop motion. 3D print?
That's not AI.
That's not generative AI.
Like, do you realize what generative AI is?
If you use a computer, it doesn't mean you're using AI to do the whole project.
It's like, I'm a computer. Stop all the downloading.
So, yeah, there's been a lot of stupid comments lately.
Yeah.
I saw that one recently. So anyway, that's neither here nor there. So, yeah, Frankenstein, highly recommend. Definitely want to check it out. Anything else you want to add? We just wanted to say that. Netflix's distribution.
Yeah, Netflix's distribution really needs to be changed.
Yeah, I mean, this is a definite step up.
Yeah.
There was no point where I thought, our theater is a small theater. We don't live in a big town. And we got it. So there's a very good chance it's in most theaters at this point.
Yeah, if we got it, it's probably in most places.
Which I never thought I'd be able... I thought for sure I was going to have to wait till Netflix for this.
Because our theater is not part of like a chain. It's not like a Regal or whatever.
It is a limited chain.
Yeah, it's like a local chain, I guess.
Yeah, there's like 5 theaters that are connected to it. But anyway, if we got it, there's hope for all of us.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's going to do it for our review of Guillermo Del Toro's Frankenstein. Strongly recommend checking it out. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up. Consider subscribing for more like this in the future. And you too could feel the strength welling within. See ya.
See ya.